Today, we are going to talk about quadrilateral properties. A lot of memorization is needed to solve these questions. Let's look at the first question. In parallelogram ABCD, diagonals AC and BD intersect at E. Which statement proves ABCD is a rectangle? So what do we have? We have a parallelogram, but we want to be a rectangle. So which one of these statements is going to say, hey, I'm really special. I'm not just a parallelogram. I'm a rectangle. Let's start by drawing ourselves a picture of parallelogram ABCD. Doesn't really matter how well you draw it, but what really matters is how well you label it. You can start anywhere you want with A, and then you either go clockwise or counterclockwise and put B, C, and D. You can't jump around. You can't go A here and B here. It has to go flow clockwise or counterclockwise. So what's going to make me special? Which statement proves it's a rectangle? Oh, I guess we should draw in our diagonals as well, since it does say diagonals AC and BD intersect at point E. So if we just look at choice 4, AC bisects angle BCD. Well, do the diagonals of a rectangle bisect the angles? No, can't be choice 4. Choice 3 says AC is perpendicular to BD. Well, that's also not true. But for choices 3 and 4, if I had a rhombus or a square, that would be true. Choice 2 says AB is perpendicular to BD. It doesn't even look like they're perpendicular. So we know our answer must be choice 1, AC congruent to BD. Yes, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So what do we need to remember? You need to memorize your quadrilateral family tree. We can't memorize it for you, but you can memorize it, and then all these problems become much simpler. Let's take a look at the next question. In parallelogram ABCD, diagonals AC and B intersect at E. Which statement does not prove parallelogram ABCD is a rhombus? When it says does not prove parallelogram ABCD a rhombus, that means 3 of the choices are properties of the rhombus. So I drew my picture, I labeled it. Let's look at choice 1. AC is congruent to DB. Is AC congruent to BD? Well, in a rhombus, the diagonals are not congruent. That's not a property, so that's your answer. Let's just look at the other choices. Choice 2, AB is congruent to BC. Well, we know that all sides of the rhombus are congruent. So that's true. Choice 3 says AC perpendicular to DB. That's true. We know the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. And choice 4 says AC bisects angle DCB. And we do know that the diagonals of a rhombus bisect the angles. Quadrilateral ABCD with diagonals AC and BD shown in the diagram below. So this was nice. They gave you the picture. Which information is not enough information to prove parallelogram ABCD is a parallelogram? We have to think about the properties of the parallelogram to answer this question. So let's just quickly look at choice 2. Choice 2 says AB is congruent to CD and BC is congruent to AD. Well, we know that's true because opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. Let's look at choice 4. Choice 4 tells us AB and DC are parallel and BC and AD are parallel. Well, we know that's true because opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel. So is it choice 1 or is it choice 3? Choice 1 says AB is congruent to CD and AB is parallel to DC. So this pair of sides is congruent and this same pair of sides is parallel. Well, even though it's not a property, it is a way to prove a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, so that's true. But in choice 3, we have a different pair of sides, congruent and parallel, AB and DC, but then they go to BC and AD. So our answer is choice 3.